Hi friends, this is Katie Carney from Katie Carney Stitching, and this is my Flosstube number 25. We're a quarter of the way to 100. I don't know if I'll ever get 100 Flosstubes. I doubt it. But it is June 20th. It's a Saturday. It's actually my little brother's 31st birthday, which shows you how old I am. This is the brief time that we're only 2 years apart, because I'll be 34 in October. I don't want to talk about that right now. I hope you all are well. The weather here in Scranton is hot and humid, and I have not been having enough water, so I will be taking breaks to drink my seltzer. My heart has been very, very unhappy because of the humidity and my not drinking enough, so I need to do what the doctor says, which is drink water. Gotta listen to the doctor. I'm having the best day. It's the best day. So I think I've told you Sarah K's Stitches, who I'm going to link. I'm putting below, even though I don't know if I'll actually remember to link her, but I hope to remember to link Sarah. She found me through Michelle McGraw's Flosstube, and she lives like 4 blocks away. It's really close. And the COVID is obviously still here, but we're allowed to see people now. So I got to go up to her house and we stitched in the sun. Oh my Lord, it's hot. And we stitched outside and we had some coffee, and then we went inside where there's air conditioning, and we just hung out and we talked cross stitch, and then we talked about Southside because we live in the south side of the city. And I met her son, who is he's adorable. He's so cute. He's such a little boy though. He's so busy. It was the best though. I'm really glad that we got to hang out, and I can't wait to do it again soon. Because not only is she a stitcher, but we have like mutual friends in common because there's 12 people in Scranton. So, we just had a lot to talk about, and it was really, really fun. So Sarah, invite me back. I'll be there ASAP. So that was really great. And then, let's see, it's been almost 2 weeks since I filmed. I got a special delivery on Thursday. Mark sent me, he's not a flowers guy. He sent me 4 jars of really fancy peanut butter, which was so sweet. He's been working so much that I haven't, even though our a lot of our restrictions have been lifted, I'm still not seeing him because he's working so much from home. But so he surprised me with peanut butter because he knows the way to my heart is peanut butter. And it's just been a good couple weeks. My grandmother got good news from her cancer doctor. She is still breast cancer free. She's had it twice, so it's very exciting that she's still cancer free. So she has hearing aids because she's 84 years old, and this whole time during the Rona, she hasn't been able to hear a blessed thing I've said. So we thought that her hearing aid was broken. So I took her 2 weeks ago now to Miracle Ear, and the guy's like, your hearing aids, you do need new ones. These are old. They're like 6 years old. But you have impacted earwax. That's why you can't hear. So I had to take her to urgent care, and they removed the earwax in this ear, but this one was infected. So then there was eardrops, and then we had to go back. The infection's gone, but it's in so deep that they can't get it. She has to see an ENT. Might have to have it surgically removed. There's more drops. Giving your 84-year-old grandmother eardrops twice a day is a lot. Luckily, she's cute. And, there are many worse things, but she's like, Katie, my ear was hurting. Now, her ears have not hurt at all. She has an infection, doesn't hurt, like, whatever. She had no idea. So I'm like, well, when was it hurting? And she's like, it was hurting while I was sleeping. Well, were you laying on that ear? Well, yeah. Well, did you ever think maybe it was hurting because you were laying on it? Oh. Woo, we have fun at this house, let me tell you. She's the best. Tomorrow is, it'll be 2 weeks since we filmed a puzzle update. I haven't really worked on the puzzle at all. She's had so many doctor's appointments that, like, that's been consuming all of my time. So I worked on it a little today and a little yesterday, and I'll probably work on it tonight again because tomorrow is Father's Day. My dad doesn't watch this, but happy Father's Day, Dad. And he's coming down with his fiance to socially distance on our back porch and have a steak dinner. I bought them at the store, so we have the steaks. I was a little worried, though. I guess, so we did have shortages here in Scranton, but not like a lot of places. Like, there was never a time where I couldn't get meat, or, you know, I might not be able to get the cut of meat that I wanted, but I like chicken thighs and nobody ever wants those, so it's been fine. But there were limits on how much you could get. Like, you could buy 2 packs of beef or 2 packs of chicken or 2 packs of pork. So I had to buy a couple packs of, I got T-bones were on sale, and I had to buy a couple packs, and I got to the register, and I'm like, can I buy this many? And the kid's like, oh yeah, you're fine. So I guess that, at least at this particular store, has ended, thank the Lord. And then I'm going to make a blueberry, blackberry, like, low-carb, crumbly thing, so I'll report back if it's any good. So we're 6 minutes in. Part of that was a Stitchy update, so you didn't have to listen too much about my life. But let's get to the stitching. I have an FFO, but it is not cross-stitch, it is quilted. So last time I showed you my quilt top. Excuse me, you know my allergies. I showed you my quilt top. And I did have extra squares, and I really wanted to practice the entire process of putting it together, adding the 2 layers, quilting it, and binding it. So I was like, well, why don't I make a project bag? So last Friday, I took the afternoon off from work, which I normally do. I took Friday to the doctor, and so I made a quilted project bag. So the inside fabric is so pretty, and it's also the binding fabric. So all I did was I made, these are the squares that I use for the quilt, and I stitched them together, and then I cut the lining fabric, and then I just used, actually on accident, I used the interfacing that I put in between the 2 layers of cotton for the masks I make, because mine have 3 layers. So it's very, like, it's not terribly sturdy, which is okay. And then I quilted it. Now, I've discovered, I used a Melanie Ham tutorial, YouTube tutorial, and she does like a lap quilt from start to finish. And I followed her directions for the laying out of the 3 pieces together, the quilting itself, and then the binding. And I really liked her. It's a great tutorial, and I'm going to do that for the big quilt when I get there. She has you, like, you put an individual pin in each section to hold it down before you quilt. And then it's just, mine is just a straight quilt, so I just went, you know, like this, all the way across, and then this way. I can see why cutting your squares perfectly is important, and cutting, I'm lefty, is always something I have to work on, but it's not terrible. It's definitely, it's an okay project. I got, the binding was, you do, the first part of the binding, you sew it on the machine, and then you hand bind the rest, and I think came out pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect. I had a lot of problems with the top binding, but I think that's how I put it. I sewed it down, and it was too late. Then I'm almost done, and I'm so proud. I've quilted my first thing. I've got the binding. Like, I'm kicking butt. I forgot to bind the top. So I did have a little piece of this fabric left from the quilt itself, because there's none of those patches on this because I didn't have any left of it. So now I have every single color of the quilt that I'm making that was supposed to be for me that I'm giving away. I have every color of that in this. And I still have some squares, so I'm thinking about making another project bag and either giving it away here or if somebody wants one, just because I don't want to waste the fabric. So that's my FFO, which actually looked really cute with the project I was working on, which was Abigail's Wisdom. And this is the Krynic with the milk paint colors. And it was designed by With My Needle. And it's from their Remember the Ladies collection. And I got this at John Adams Homestead, like I said. And I'm sending the pattern out. I was supposed to send it out last week. I'm going to send it out this week. I didn't get to the post office. But I finished it. On Saturday, I had to do... Well, so the last time you saw it, I just had some of the flowers done. And now it's done. Isn't that pretty? These letters, they're tent stitch over one. They were a bear for me. I had never stitched over one like that. I know it needs a good iron. I forgot. So I think on Saturday I had just finished here. So I did all of this Saturday. It was like a little marathon. And I finished it up Saturday night. I also spray painted our porch glider on Saturday. So this is on 32 count. The brand is Mystic. And the color is neutral. Thank you, Sarah, for pointing out, because I had no idea. I liked the color, so I bought it. It was a scrap piece. And I have enough left to do probably another small. Do you think YouTube will do me a favor and give me this? Probably not, but we'll try. Even though we've got my Vishy Marishi. That's what we call my arm fat. So, yay! Remember the ladies. And like I said, it says, remember the ladies and be more generous and favorable to them. It is I think it's everyone's favorite Abigail Adams quote. So that's done. I have to go up the attic. It's so hot up there right now though, because it's not insulated, and see about a frame. But maybe I'll do that one morning next week at right when Frog gets up around 8 before it gets too hot. Now, I don't know if I had told you what I was going to start next, but I think at that point I was leaning towards Mary Mary, which is by Stephanie Webb of Lindy Stitches. This is the version I'm doing, because it'll look better in my room, I think. So, I'm an idiot. Dumb. I looked at the pattern and I said, oh, it's so sweet. She's given us the DMC conversion right here. And she has. But if you look up here, she calls for some DMC colors. It's not all weeks. I thought it was all weeks. So when I was ordering the colors for this, I just ordered the 8 colors that she has listed there. Aren't they cute? Genius, this is fine. Guys, this pattern calls for 20 colors. So, Monday night, I got the scroll rod that I use for the gingerbread garden that I really don't like. It's an American tradition one, I think. And you have to Velcro your fabric onto it. So Monday night, I got the green going. And it's looking really good. And then I figure out that I have stitched upside down. great. That's just fantastic. But it's fine. We'll keep on keeping on. I should have just enough, and I don't want much of a border, so it should be fine. And worst case scenario is I'll leave the bottom border off. So I'm going to keep stitching, and then I go to start the red flowers, and I don't have that color, and I was like, oh, I must have just forgotten to order it. I'll just see if I have the DMC, and I don't. And I said, Katie, you bought 85, 55, 45, 85, I don't remember. It must have been 45 and it cost 85 of Gentle Arts. You must have a reddish color that will work. And I did. So I pulled red grape into use instead of 320 maybe, or I don't remember. Instead of one of the threes. 3722, it doesn't matter. 3722, I think. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then I went to pull the other color for the other, because there's two, it's a light pink and a dark pink. And I don't have that either. Then I figured it all out. I figured out that I'm an idiot. So I put this down, like, immediately. I just put it down. I was like, I need a break from this. I don't have any of the colors. I thought I had them all. I don't even have half. I've already stitched it upside down, like, so I'm like messaging Michelle McGraw and Rocio, and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. Like, what did I do? I shouldn't be allowed to stitch. Put it down. The next day I woke up and I was like, you know, you ordered the fabric for Lady of the Flag and you need the beads and the cry neck. Just do a 1, 2, 3 stitch order, because like our Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobbies are open now. And I've been to Joann's and Hobby Lobby. Of course, I've already been to these places, and I'm still trying not to go out every day, or even like more than once or twice a week. Corona is still here. We're still in a pandemic. I still live with my grandmother. We still have cases here. You still, and it's uncomfortable wearing a mask, and there's no reason. But now I need all this floss. So I ordered it from Calmer Heads Prevailed. I ordered it from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. And it's just, when the package comes in, I'm sure that I will start working on this again, because it's actually when I was getting ready to start, I was looking at this and I was really overwhelmed, and then I was like, you're just going to start in the left-hand corner like you always do, and that's what I did. And I worked down, well, I think it's this side. I worked down to there, and then I worked over. But it was like this piece was cursed for me on the night and a half that I worked on it. So I'm not planning to rip this out. I've counted it. It should fit. I'm going to make a new floss card. These are the Quirks and Stitches. Generally, these are the project cards she makes. I printed them. She invented them. I printed them on my own printer. And I'm gonna keep going. It's all fine. Everything is fine. I do think I'm going to continue using red grape though, because it's pretty. So that was a very long story about Lindy Stitches, Mary Mary, and what a mess it has been for me. It's my own fault. I was looking at the front of the pattern on Etsy because I didn't have it yet, but I thought I'd want to start it like right away. So when you're looking, because I was on, I don't remember whose what Etsy page, looking at it, and I could only kind of see, and it's my own fault, and it is what it is, but so I'm just going to sneak into one thing from haul, because I actually want to talk about that 1, 2, 3 stitch order. Hang on. So In October, you remember, I got the coveted Lady of the Flag. I spent much less than many and more than I should have on her on eBay, but I tell myself, it's okay because she's got a resale value. I will get back what I spent. But I got to stitch her. So I decided I should have her as a 4th of July start. So I bought fabric to make a 4th of July themed bag. And last Sunday from the Primitive Hair, I decided not to get one of the knockoffs. I got the real, wait to see how big this is. Constitution fabric. Look at how big that is. Like, it doesn't even all fit. It came today. And then from 123 Stitch, I was going to order the Krynic and the beads. So I got all the beads in my cart for Lady of the Flag and for Cinderella, who I love, and for the Christmas Elegance that doesn't have a picture that Rocio gave me. And then it's time to add all the Krynic. Is there a Krynic shortage? There was no Krynic to be had. So I ended up ordering Krynic direct from like Krynic's website. And then it comes to you from one of their, like, the stores that carries it. So hopefully it comes. But I bought all the beads for all 3 and the floss for Mary Mary that I had forgotten, and the fabric for Cinderella, because I didn't have it. So what should have been like a $40 123 Stitch order turned into like a $100 one. And then the Krynic one, I got all the Krynic, and then they had like a book, like a history book that was on sale, and I got that, and then I got a pack of needles. I think, did I get beading needles from Krynic? I hope I did. I don't remember. So Lady of the Flag, July 4th start. I got invited to a 4th of July party, but I don't know if I'm going because it's the pool party and I'm not going to know everybody, and 1, I'll be in a swimsuit, and 2, Corona. So I don't know. Also, sidebar, Sarah, thank you for letting me print out Lady of the Flag on your printer, because when I opened that pattern, it too is like this long. I had no idea. So thank you very much. Okay, now back to whips. Sorry for the Lady of the Flag update that you probably don't care about. When Mary Mary went to HE double hockey sticks, I said, well, it's certainly not like I don't have anything else to work on. Because I have lots to work on, even though I have so many outstanding orders. So I pulled out Pavane by Long Dog, and I'm really glad I pulled this out because I was planning to make this for me, and then yesterday I got a message from a friend, and she said, my boyfriend and I have decided to elope. We got a marriage license yesterday, and we're going to the courthouse in the next couple of weeks. So, luckily I've been working on this. I did move the Q-snap last night, so since you've seen this, I finished this. I did all of this. This right here, I ripped that out 5 times. I could not wrap. I know we're not supposed to show patterns, but like, see that? I could not wrap my brain around that. Like, it just wouldn't. Oh boy. But it came out nice once it was done. And then this I worked on this morning. So I did all of this. And then this I worked on this morning while I was hanging out with Sarah. Fingers crossed I haven't made any terrible mistakes. I haven't looked yet. But so page 1 is completely done, and a little bit of the page that goes under it. This is page 2, which goes to right here. And then I have I still have a lot to do, but when I put my mind to stitching a stitch, So I'd like to get this done and frame it, because this I can frame myself, and give that to them as a wedding gift, because she's really cool. Like, she's my cool friend. Like, she's super stylish. She looks like she did live in New York City, like in Manhattan, and she's a librarian who has worked in like art galleries, and she's just, I don't know why she's friends with me. And I think that because it's monochromatic, I think it'll look really nice. And I really do like I love it for me, but I am happy to have, I don't mind giving stuff away. So it says, turn your face to the sun and the shadows fall behind you. And I just think that's such a beautiful thing. They'll be turning their face to the sun together. So anyway, must keep stitching. So, not even going to put it back in the bag because it's going on the stand as soon as we're done here, and I will be stitching away on that. And then my car, while I'm waiting for at the doctor's office stitching, is this Christmas kit from Cross Stitching, the World of. It's even got a mask in there. It's coming along. The plastic is really hard to stitch on. So slowly but surely. Someday it'll be done. It's full coverage, and Sarah was like, oh, are you doing it in tent stitch? Well, no, I'm not. But hindsight being what it is, I should have. I don't even think about tent stitch. Next time. And this is in I got this. This is the Fat Quarter Shop giveaways that they gave a bunch of Flosstubers. I got this from Stitching with the Sisterlies. So those are my whips. I have a silly amount of haul. I don't have any roller frames because they're still not here. It has been over 11 weeks. They have until the end of the month, and I think if they're not here by then, I'm gonna have to, this is absurd. I'm just gonna ask for my money back and I guess go with a different type of frame. I mean, they were not cheap. Anyway, that's my plan, is they have until the end of the month to either tell me that when they're coming, or I'm gonna have to ask for my money back. This is just, it's absurd. I understand that Corona's going on, but like when I ordered them in March, there was they didn't say it would be longer because of Corona. They just said between 2 and 8 weeks, and now it's been 11. Anyway, I have a lot of haul. So I told you, let's see. Well, I think actually, instead of haul, let's start with Stitchy Kindness, of which I have a lot. So first, I was at Sarah's today, and her son was born in March, and she wanted to stitch something March themed for his bedroom. And she ordered something, and she got the wrong thing, and she didn't seem to think that her 4-year-old would want this sheep angel hanging in his bedroom. I love it and can't wait to stitch it. I will definitely display this in my bedroom in March. So thank you, Sarah. You're so sweet. I can't wait to use this. And then I came home today and there was a package on my porch. I don't know, I'm sure all of you watch Michelle McGraw. I talk about her all the time, but I'll link her below. Her floss tubes are great because they're long, and she talks about stitching the whole time. She's not like me telling you about my life. But she talked about, in her last video, hang on. She talked about the early American houses by Little House Needleworks, and I messaged her because I know she passes the stash, and I was like, listen, I will buy those off of you when you're done stitching them. And she said, well, you don't have to buy them, but I have doubles of a couple. And I was like, can you send them to me? And not only did she doesn't know this, but one, she sent me number 5, which is freedom. But then she sent me Abigail, who I obviously love since we just stitched a quote of hers. And she sent me Martha, who I also love, for Martha Washington. So I do want to stitch, I want to do these as pillows. I had thought I would want to do them all together, but I think they would just be so cute, like in a dough bowl. So my long-term goal is to do these as pillows. And then she sent me a couple other things. She sent me ABC by Little House Needleworks, and I love these, but I like that this is ABC so I don't have to feel guilty about not doing the rest of them, and it's fall themed. So thank you, Michelle. Then she sent me his eyes on the sparrow. I have Consider the Lilies, and actually I have all the parts for Consider the Lilies ordered from a shop in Maryland who I need to call and see what's going on with my order. And then I think I'm going to add the flosses and the fabric for his eyes on the sparrow, and Michelle and I are going to sal this. I'm sure there's a million his eyes on the sparrow sal. But we're going to do this together as soon as I get it kitted up, because she had 2 copies and she's so sweet. And guys, if that wasn't enough, she watched my last video and, you know, I talked about my deep love for Harry Potter and how it's like what I turn to when I'm having a day. She quilted me because she's amazing, a Harry Potter project bag. And like these colors, I don't know where she got this fabric. It's this beautiful gold and blue and black, and it's all different potions, so it's like Professor Snape's class. And this beautiful variegated, can you see? She used beautiful variegated blue fabric or thread, and she embroidered my name. Michelle, thank you so much. And then the inside fabric, also I love that she uses Velcro, is the Deathly Hollows. Yeah, I love it so much. I'm so excited. Michelle, thank you so much. And then, you guys, she makes cards. And like there's just stuff in there. This is going, actually, it's going to fit right on my desk, because I thought about hanging it up. Oh, dear God in holy heaven. I thought about hanging it up on my light up wall, but I like that it's a little bit like a maraca. Love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So that was my Stitchy kindness. I think as crafters, we very rarely have things made for us. You know, we all pass the stash, and it's wonderful. I love passing the stash, and I love receiving, you know, stash in the mail. It's great. But there's something really special about knowing someone took that time. I think because we understand as stitchers what kind of time and work went into that. And also, she's an incredibly talented seamstress. She says she's a new sewer. She's not. She's amazing. No. Anyway, on to haul, because we're already 34 minutes in. So if you go to a lot of stores right now, they have very much clearance because they were closed for a while. So Hobby Lobby, I had thought about getting these yarn ball note cards for months. They were on clearance for 74 cents at the Hobby Lobby. It's like they fell into my cart. They were just like, hey girl. Then, also from Hobby Lobby, I got, good heavens, for $1.74, a pineapple punch needle just to try it because I've never done it before. That's what I like to spend on new hobbies, like a couple dollars. Am I going to like it? If not, So $1.74. And then this frame, I think I know now why it was on clearance. There's a little bit of sticky glue on it right here that's coming right off. And then I think it must have been able to like have a fancy hanging, but it's got this on it. So this is the kind of frame that I like. It was on clearance for $4.99. That you can take the back off and sandwich whatever you want to fit in there in between two pieces of glass. So $5 clearance, Hobby Lobby, very happy Katie. Then speaking of Michelle McGraw, I keep talking about her today. She in her late 2 floss tubes ago, so not the one she posted yesterday or the day before, the one before that, she talked about these little heartstring samplery pieces that she made and is filling her dough bowl with. And I was at Joann's and these were $1.97. Their clearance is never as good. And I got these. So this one, I don't think those will be for, but this, it's a little, it's a little easel. And I think it'll just be perfect for those. You know, you just serge around the edges and you can change them out. So I'm sure I'll have a heartstring samplery purchase in my next video. And then Rika from House of Stitch and Stash is moving to Germany. And just before moving to Germany, she was like, I'm going to start making a new kind of bag. It's a clamshell bag. So this is all stitched on. So I wanted to get one just so I could have, because I wanted to see what they were like. They are beautiful, and I'm actually thinking it's like a clutch, so I'm going to carry it like a clutch. I don't think I'm going to use it for cross-stitching. I think I'm going to use it as a purse. It's really cute. And like today I have this linen shirt on and just a pair of shorts, and I just think this little pop of color is perfect for that. So Rika, you're always incredibly talented. Your sewing is always beautiful, so thank you very much. And then, I hope you don't think I'm done, I got this. I forgot to show you guys last time. I got my monthly fabric from Color and Cotton. So this is Ozark. It's a 32 count Lugana, which is what I get from them. And I get the 17 by 26. Which seemed like it would be a good enough size piece, but I'm discovering I should probably just get the bigger one. They are skipping their June or July, whichever one. They're skipping that, and they don't want you to change your type of fabric until they ship again for the next one. So I'm going to get another piece of this size, and then I might start getting a bigger piece. Also at Hobby Lobby, I got a new tatting shuttle because I've always wanted to learn. Stitching with the Sisterlies are always talking about it, and I do have the book. I just couldn't find my shuttle, so there's that. My new edition of Just Cross Stitch came. I can't remember if I showed you this. There's some really cute stuff in here. The summer is never my most favorite because nautical and hot is not my thing, but yay. And then I got this today, my new punch needle and print of a stitcher. It's still in the wrapping. I haven't even opened it yet. So next time I'm gonna have opened it and I will be able to show you guys some of what's in here. I can't wait to see the what Vanna did for her finishing. This magazine is worth it just for that, I think. And then when I was at Joann's, I got 2 magazines. I got Enjoy Cross Stitch. I'm a sucker for these. I am. I just... And it came with... These are more like summery ornaments. And I always make these, so it's worth it. And it's just bright and happy. And I was like... I'm in a store. I'm going to buy all the things. So I also got, this is called Handwork Happiness, and I went through this last night, and this has a little bit of everything. So there's English paper piecing. The directions for that aren't great. I need to read them again. But they have, it's just a small hexagon like tabletop thing. And I do think I'm going to try that just because you can do that hand stitching. So those are the two that I got from Joann's, and that was very exciting. And then yesterday, Long Dog came out with a free, guys, you have 5 days to get this, a free PDF called Pandemic. It's 23 pages long. Immediately I printed it out. It's amazing. Like, it's huge and it's amazing. And I have a feeling I'm just going to constantly have some sort of Long Dog going. But I mean, I'm going to put, even though I'm probably not going to stitch this in 2020, it says 2020 here. And I think I am going to leave that on there as 2020 because I want to remember that this is for the COVID. A lot of people did, like the Plague Doctor. I would never put that on my wall, which is why I didn't. But this I would hang up. And it's really, really cute, and they're giving it as a free gift for a week, so go print it out. So when I'm done paving, I'm going to get fabric and floss for that. Can't wait. Thank you so much. Thank you, Long Dog. And then one other thing I got at Hobby Lobby was this. It's just 50 quick Christmas ornaments. You guys know I'm always looking for Christmas ornaments for the 20 I make a year. And then I got my month 2 of my Missouri Quilt Company quilt blocks. Haven't even started the first one. I'm really overwhelmed and scared to try it. So I want to do some sewing tomorrow morning. I sew best in the morning before the day's really gotten started. So that's my plan for tomorrow, is to sew. I'm sure I'll have things to show you guys. So again, with the Michelle McGraw, because she's full of good ideas, she said that she uses like a bullet type journal to keep track of all her projects. And I use a bullet journal to keep track of my floss tubes. So I've decided to start keeping track of my projects in here. Just a start date, anything I want to remember, an end date, and like who I gave it to. And then the great thing is, because it's a bullet journal, you have an index in the front, and you can just put the page that the project's on, and then you'll know. So I'm going to work on that tonight. So thank you, Michelle, for that idea. We're at 42 minutes, which is how long my last one was, and I feel like I talked a lot, and I'm sorry. I hope you guys got through till the end. I hope you're well. I hope you're still safe. I hope that as things open up in your areas that you can get a haircut. I'm getting this much cut off in about a week. I can't wait. No, 2 weeks. Our salon's open July 1st. It's a little tiny taste of normal, although no vacations or anything. Stitch North was officially canceled. Mark's and my trips are all canceled. But it's okay. You know, he keeps pointing out to me, and I need to remember this, that it's better to suffer in this way than have like the whole world die from COVID. So anyway, I hope you're all well and safe, and I love you, and thank you for watching, and I will see you hopefully very soon. Stay safe, okay? Bye-bye.